of sexy. Today, I started a topic called State of the Union, and this will be the second part of that. And what we're going to talk about in this is what is black culture? And what I mean by that is, who are we as black people? We have situations right now that's playing out in America that doesn't favor black people as a whole. And when we look at these, let's really dive into the sickness that I like to call blackism, because I think this is a blackism sickness. And one of the things I want to talk about is this Sha'Carri Richardson, and the fact that black people are really fighting and mad and upset that a person who broke the rules did not get to go to the Olympics. Not that they did her wrong, but she broke the rules. No matter if we believe in the rules or not, there's still rules. For instance, black people, let's look at it like this. You come back from lunch 5 minutes late, you get written up. You, in your mind, it's just 5 minutes. The job is like, the rule states to be back at your place of work at this time. You get hurt on the job, they take you to go get a drug test, you pop high, they fire you, and you get no workers' comp. You want to get mad, but they're like, you're not supposed to be on any mind-altering substance while you're at work. Why is this important? Because as black people, we're showing that we don't believe rules exist or matter. We think that we should break the rules. And that's what we're showing. What's really disturbing about this, and which just shows a deeper issue with black people, is that the women's track and field team is black. Literally black. I mean, I think one of them went to Harvard. I mean, so you have intelligent black women who are running. And y'all sitting up in here arguing about one who didn't make it, who chose to do so. This is not her first time smoking marijuana. Unfortunately, I'm sorry if y'all, I know y'all like, well, it's legal. It's not legal. It's tolerated in states. It's not legal federal. You can't go to your workplace high. Once again, how are y'all going to sit up here and say, oh, she should be allowed to smoke when you're not allowed to smoke on your job? Go to a doctor that smells like marijuana. You going to let him operate on you? Go to a dentist that smells like marijuana. You going to let him operate on you? So stop it, black people. But see, this is a sickness. So we're really putting down the other black women who did what they were supposed to do, who are going to go to the Olympics, and like, we're going to boycott the Olympics, where you have beautiful black women running, beautiful black women representing. More importantly, you got beautiful black people in general who are going to represent the United States, but you're going to boycott because of one. But see, I understand why, because that one you don't identify with Harvard because, oh no, she's light skinned. We don't identify with Harvard. We identify with the hair. We identify with the nails. We identify with the tattoos. Because in reality, we want to identify with what's the negative stereotypes of us. And Sha'Carri fit that stereotype. So we fall in love with the stereotype, which means that we're more broken than we thought when we look at stereotypes and actually campaign behind the stereotype instead of campaign behind the ones who actually did what they're supposed to do. Think about it, what I'm just saying. She did wrong, but you still have a team full of black women who are more accomplished than her. She has not won outside the United States. These women have. But we love the stereotype, because at the end of the day, she said, it's racist. Nobody told her to smoke weed. Who's racist? You know, they should have bent the rules for her. Why? You can't give a valid argument, but as black people, we fight in that fight when it's not a fight to be fought. It's sickness. And unfortunately, that's what keeps us divided, because now you get mad at black people who say, no, she was wrong. You want to get mad at them talking about you Uncle Tom, when it's like, no, she didn't do what she was supposed to do. Not an Uncle Tom. That's stupid. But what it leaks into is the fact that we hate successful people. We hate successful black people. And that's what it really boils down to, because we want success to look differently than what it looked like. So if you're clean cut and you're doing what's right, you're Uncle Tom. You can't be trusted. Sha'Carri's success story. Oh, look how she was raised and sent it there. Who cares? What that got to do with the fact that she screwed up? And here's the thing I want people to understand. Y'all like, oh, they're not going to win without her. So you're telling me that the other black women who actually put the time in to be where they're supposed to be, put the time in to do what they're supposed to, can't win without her. So if they bring home the gold without her, what does that say? But more importantly, how much pressure did you just put on those black women to have to go out there to really break their leg to try to win, because they have to prove that they can win without her? A person who hasn't won nothing, by the way. She was trying to make the Olympics her first. She could have went to the Olympics and bombed. Remember, Jamaica be running. Jamaica be on fire. Jamaica be killing it. She only won in America. Let's stop this beat down of other people, because we love putting down black people who don't look like stereotypes, even though their success is the same, equal to, or greater, which is why we love rappers and athletes, but we hate lawyers. A black lawyer who could be making the money, but, oh, you selling out. I want my drug dealer man. Stupid. But that's the sickness. That's that blackism sickness. And it's so rampant right now that it's really destroying a lot of things that we see. And I like to shift gears to the actual part that I think kind of helps tie this in, is the fact that Maria Taylor is a liar. Maria Taylor is a race peddler liar. And at first, I didn't want to believe that until I actually started doing a little research. I started realizing she been knew what Rachel Nichols said. She known for at least 6 months to a year. Why is she acting all surprised? I'm going to tell you why. It's contract year. Nothing happens unless you want it to happen. That tape leaked because Maria Taylor wanted it to leak. She wanted it out there. I don't think what Rachel Nichols said was racist. Actually, she didn't say nothing racist. What she said was something that a lot of people don't want to address, which is the elephant in the room, is I love diversity. I love people getting a fair shot. But does that mean I have to give up my position for that? And Rachel Nichols said that. It's like, give it to her if you want to give it to her, but don't take it from me. And what was wrong with that? Who right now is looking at somebody on the street that's homeless and saying, you can have my job, you can have my house? Because that option is on the table if y'all feel froggy. If y'all feel like y'all are that devoted to this cause as black people, give up your house today to the homeless person, the homeless black person. No, you won't do that. You give them $1. That's what Rachel Nichols said. I'm not going to give up my house. I'll give her $1. I'm not going to give up my house. And I can't fault her for that, because I have not seen a black person do that. Not in a church. Not in a hearse. Not eating green eggs and ham. I have not seen a black person give up. So Maria Taylor used this as leverage, which, how do you know this, my shine? Well, if you do your research, you realize that before all this came out, she wanted what was reported Stephen A. Smith money, because she felt like she was on the same level as Stephen A. Smith. But ESPN wasn't budging. What happens when you have some incriminating evidence to help push you over the threshold? You leak it. How do you know this, my shine? Because if you really pay attention to it, they said, and I quote, even from everybody who's been involved, they were doing pre-taped shows for a while now because of the situation. So Maria Taylor already knew. This tape was circled all around ESPN like the rain. It was like, oh my God, I can't believe Rachel Nichols said that. She didn't say nothing wrong, by the way. We need to stop that. There are really true racist issues that people are going through, and this is not one of them. Maria Taylor's not a victim. Welcome to the real world. People don't want to give you nothing. People don't want to give their spot up to you. Why would she? You making it hard for other black women, to be honest with you, because what you should have said was, this has been discussed behind closed doors and in private. I'm sorry that this tape leaked, but you couldn't say that because you leaked the tape. I hope Rachel Nichols sues, and I think I read something that says she's going to sue. I hope she sues ESPN, and I will sue Maria Taylor. Why would you sue her? Because I would sue her for defamation of character. Because I would say she, out of everybody involved, had the most to win and gain in this situation by having this tape leaked. Show cause. People do it all the time. Maria Taylor wouldn't see the day of light. I would sue her. I would sue Jalen Rose's daughter. I'm sorry, Jalen Rose. You should put your daughter on the leash. You know why? Because sometimes children don't need to be in grown folks' business. She picked the wrong side. I tell people all the time, people like, oh, as black people, and especially black men, you got to galvanize behind black women. Not saying that I'm not galvanizing behind a black woman. What I'm saying is that we need to stop this notion that everything a person does as black is right. This is why Miss Richardson feels like a superstar when she did wrong. Maria Taylor's in the same boat. You leaked the tape. You did wrong. You used it as leverage. I'm not mad at you for that. I'm mad at the fact that you're trying to paint her to be racist when her statements not only were not racist, but it was of a person that's trying to protect what's theirs.